Hey everybody, it's Wendy from Detroit, Michigan. I wanted to just answer some questions. I got a lot of comments and questions in the last few days, and I wanted to share some of what I put on my comment section and I shared in some sewing blogs. Now, the first thing, the obi belt. If you go on YouTube, you can find a bunch of tutorials, and I took pictures step by step, but someone wanted me to go ahead and show you how I did the obi belt. Now this is the obi belt right here, and I'll post some pictures. And this is the obi belt too, but it's in red. This is like a brick red faux leather. This is a brown faux leather. And this piece is a half a yard. Now, I don't know if you can see it or not. It's a half yard. Actual pictures, I'm going to just repost the pictures in this video. This is the pattern. And I'm going to demonstrate because I made every color except black. It's roughly 5, and it goes down to about 4. It's about 10 inches long. And she put these here so you could stop and leave a hole in this piece. This says cut on the fold. You're only going to make one. Cut one of these. She also... These are going to be 2 ties, and there were 4 pages. If you're lucky enough that you can download it or it's still available, feel free, or you can just draft your own. Now this is basically 1 yard the long way, okay? So 1 yard, alright? And at an angle 33.5, but if you wanted to wrap around more or you're plus size, this is pretty large, but if you're plus size you can add some inches. I would add the inches right around this area because you want it to be small enough to slide through the slot, but you need 2 of these. And then just cut your end at an angle, and you're just going to hem these with a walking foot. This is a half of a yard, folded in half, right sides together. Okay, so I'm going to start with this piece. Okay, this is my folded edge. This is placed on the fold. And then I just eyeball this. This will let me know to stop. So now you have your one piece. So of course this isn't going to fit. It's too long. You need 2 of these. So this is where you open it and fold it. So now that we have 2, and we made our own fold. Really like a lightweight, so I have a size 11 needle that was left over from another project that I'm just going to use for this. Regular point. So here is one of my marked pieces, And here's the other. You're going to do right sides together. And I have a walking foot on the machine. 5/8 of an inch. That's where my tapes is. We're going to finger press this open and stitch for a nice smooth seam, and because this will be tugged on a lot. See where my hole is, and you have a nice hole. I'm going to finger press this seam open. Should be no hole here. And I'm just going to make the same stitch for decorative purposes. Now, as you can see, and then if you want to go ahead and trim off I like to do, I did it on the first one. I like to use a zigzag or a buttonhole stitch just to keep this from coming apart. Now on my machine, this is a Singer Confidence, and some machines have it and some don't. But I have these are my buttonholes, and this is the end of the buttonhole, and it just secures the end of each end of the buttonhole. And I like to put it right at the opening here on each end to keep it from coming apart when I pull the belt through over and over and over. So now when I said rolled hem, hand press rolled hem, it's not really a rolled hem. I like to start at the one pointy end. Some people like to start at the center. And I just fold it in with my finger, like so. And start a little bit further down. Ouch. And I just eyeball this because it's going to be almost invisible, and I don't want to spend a lot of time trimming off the excess. So and as you can see, I'm kind of prepping it with this hand before it hits here. There is the finished black belt on that side. That's the black one. Now that particular fabric was not really thick. and it was not as easy to make the rose in the middle or the tie, and it was a little harder to work with. But I'm going to show you guys a little tip that I learned doing boat cushions over the summer for my boat. To get it to go through your machine, if you find a really beautiful fox leather, or you want to use real leather, I have an old leather dress, I think I may make one, but to get it to go through the machine without skipping, stay tuned. I'm going to show a short clip on a tip that's easier than wrapping tissue paper around your whole project.